Yo, what is up guys? This is gonna be the ultimate beginner's guide on how to play Viego. This is an extremely interesting champion because, like, he has some crazy combos. And I mean, just to sort of show you, I already have 6 stacks of Conqueror with that half a second combo. But the thing is, this can be a very intimidating champion, right? Like, if we actually walk through all of the abilities, you can see there's a lot of numbers and colors and all of that. But trust me, don't get too intimidated. I got you all. So, there's timestamps in the description. I'm going to talk about the abilities, how to combo the abilities, general tips and tricks, build, runes, and all of that. So, timestamps for that is all going to be in the description. So, I'm going to skip the passive now. I'll talk about the passive when I talk about the ult. I have a very good reason for this. Bear with me. So, first ability, Blade of the Ruined King. Honestly, to make this a little bit easier for you to understand, literally the name of the ability is Blade of the Ruined King. This ability is the Blade of the Ruined King. It works the exact same as the actual Blade of the Ruined King. So, passive. Attacks deal bonus physical damage equal to 6% of the target's current health. This goes up with every level, and the way that you want to upgrade Viego's abilities, you always want to max this ability first. Always. And that's mainly for this damage per basic attack. You want to max your first ability, then you want to max your third ability, and then lastly you want to max your second ability. And of course, always put a point in your ultimate. So, every basic attack does damage based on the enemy's current health. Very, very good to chunk enemies down, of course. And then after damaging an enemy with an ability, Viego's first attack against them within 5 seconds strikes twice. So to sort of show you what that means is when he strikes once, this is a normal attack. But when I hit an ability, boom, boom. You see how he strikes twice? Like he does like a double attack like that. So it's important that you actually do hit an enemy. If I miss my ability, it doesn't strike twice. But if I hit, boom, boom. And something I want you guys to notice as well about this is striking twice. Oh, give me a second. Striking twice actually gives your, like, you will stack items twice as well. And runes and all of that. So like, for example, if I hit this, boom, boom. If I hit this, boom, boom. You see how I'm stacking 2 things of the Terminus at the same time? It's 2 individual attacks. 2 individual attacks that apply on-hit effects, which, yes, means both of them applying the 6% of the target's current health. If you have a Wit's End, you're gonna do double the damage. If you have Blade of the Ruined King, like actual Blade of the Ruined King, as well as his Blade of the Ruined King, you're gonna proc the passive twice. Both of those attacks have on-hit effects. And you're gonna stack Conqueror and Lethal Tempo on whatever twice as well. So very, very important to notice that first part as well. By the way, it works with the second ability too, just so you know. Any ability that does damage after that, your basic attack is gonna be doubled. So there's more about this ability. It does physical, that basic attack, the second attack, does physical damage equal to 20% of your AD. And it heals you up as well. So like, you're also gonna get healed. So it's extremely important to utilize your abilities and actually basic attack in between them, the damaging abilities, to be able to maximize your damage and your healing and your sustain output. And passive bonuses are kept during possession. So when you possess, I'm gonna show you guys how the possession works. But if you possess an enemy and you use an ability, you should keep this passive as well. So like, you can keep going with it every time after using an ability. You're gonna do that double attack. So the active of this ability is simple. You simply step forwards. You step forward, you do physical damage, and this ability's cast time is reduced with attack speed. So just to show you what it looks like, you can see this is the range. Boom, that's it. And I have a decent amount of attack speed right now, Terminus and the Wit's End, and attack speed boots. If I don't have either of them, this is gonna be significantly slower. He's gonna like take a bit longer to attack with that ability. So yeah, that's what this ability is about. I'll show you the combos about it, but honestly the active ability is quite easy. You can simply auto aim it as well, and later on in the game you can just hit it with auto aim all the time. So second ability is a bit more complicated in a sense where you can charge it and you can cast it. So if you charge it, he gathers black mist and charges for up to 3 seconds. He slows himself while charging. So just to show you, you're a bit slower while you're charging, so you gotta be a bit careful of that. And then when you cast it, you dash forward and hurl the ball of gathered black mist. I love how they say that. And you're gonna do magic damage, and it scales with AP to the first enemy hit, and you stun them for 0.25 up to 1.25 seconds based on the charge time. So just to show you, boom. This is 0.25 seconds stun, and when I charge it fully, it's gonna stun for 1.25 seconds. And just to tell you as well, you're not gonna dash further if you charge longer. So for example, look, I dash, and even if I charge it fully, I dash the same distance. So this is a bit important to understand. So like, for example, not only can you use this to stun an enemy or like, you know, stun them for a while and damage them. Also, just so you know, the damage doesn't actually increase. It doesn't matter how long you charge it up, the damage stays the same. But this ability can actually be used to dodge stuff too. So for example, if a Senna is about to throw her second ability, boom, you know what I mean? It's a roll. You can use this to roll around. It's quite good. You want to max this ability last, by the way. This is like completely useless to be putting points into. But this ability, again, with the combos is going to be extremely important. But basically, you can charge it up. And the longer you charge, the longer your stun is going to be. And you can dodge with it. That's it, really. Now let's talk about the Harrowed Path. So sends forth a Spectre to haunt the first terrain hit with Black Mist for 8 seconds. While inside the Black Mist, Viego becomes camouflaged. Not invisible. Camouflaged is different. So if there's a control ward, it's going to reveal you. Be careful of that. You gain movement speed and attack speed in this. So just to show you how it works, you can throw it forwards. By the way, funny thing, this has the same range as your second ability if you immediately charge it. There's going to be combos with that, which I'll talk about later. But this one, you don't want to throw it like this, because then this is all the mist you're getting for 8 seconds. So like when I walk into this, as you can see, I get a bit faster, I get some attack speed. But like obviously this is not the main way to use it. The main way to use it is to throw it against a wall. Boom! And as you can see, it goes all around the wall, and I can just walk all around, stay camouflaged, and fight the enemy while, you know, they won't even see me coming. And of course, the big value comes with fighting while you are camouflaged, because now you can see my attack speed is crazy. And after it runs out, the attack speed starts to slow down again. So the attack speed part is really, really good. And this is why you're actually maxing this ability second over the second ability, is because you get bonus attack speed and bonus movement speed and a significantly lower cooldown. And the way you want to use this ability is more often than not, you kind of want to enter a fight like this, where you're camouflaged and then boom, 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 you know, you want to do all of your combos while within the mist. And then if you have to run away, you're going to try to run away as well. And something else to note, if you get close to an enemy, they will see you. You can see the range of the camouflage. This is also what I'm talking about. Like, you're not invisible. You are camouflaged. So you cannot just walk in the middle of them and then surprise them. They can literally see you. You can surprise them from here, for example. And then boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? You can surprise them like that. But be very careful. You are only camouflaged, not invisible. So now let's talk about the big ability. This one I'm going to show you a video of. And here is also where I'm going to start talking about the passive. So first things first. The ultimate. You teleport to a target location nearby and you do physical damage equal to whatever percentage it is to all enemies in the target area. Okay, so how does it decide how much extra damage you do? So it does bonus damage as well, equal to 20 plus 5% of your bonus attack damage of the target's missing health to the enemy champion with the lowest percentage of health. You slow down by 99% for 0.25 seconds and you knock up all the other enemies away. So just to sort of show you first what this ability looks like. Boom. So another thing, I'm not sure, did they mention it during the ability? No, they didn't. You become unstoppable. This is very important. You're unstoppable for a very brief moment. So for example, if a Malphite is about to ult you, you can counter it like that. You become unstoppable. Mind you, you're not untargetable. So you are gonna, just to show you, you are gonna take damage even though you're unstoppable, as you can see. Like being unstoppable, here, just to show you, being unstoppable doesn't stop you from taking damage. It just stops you from being stunned or anything like that. So to show you how it works, you can throw it on an enemy like that, boom, and it does damage. And the lower they are, the more damage it does. So just to get them a bit lower, boom, now you can see it does a lot more damage. And if you get close to enemies, you can see it knocks away the other enemies and it does a little bit of damage to them too. So like you can throw it and it knocks them all away. But if you execute someone, of course, then he's not going to get knocked away. He's going to get executed. And all the enemies that are within the circle, they're not going to get... Or the one enemy that's within the circle, sorry, is not going to get knocked away. Who you're going to do the damage to. So it's a good thing to sort of kill an enemy and then knock away all the others like that. Just to get your kill. And the good thing is as well, now we're going to talk about the passive, right? After you get that kill, there's going to be a soul. Whether you get a kill or whether your ally gets a kill, there's gonna be a soul. And I'll show you how the ult works with a video as well. So don't worry about that. I'll show all of that after this, after me explaining the passive. So the souls of enemy champions that die within 3 seconds of being damaged by Viego become wraiths. Wraiths, whatever the call it's called. And they remain in place for 8 seconds. So if you get an assist within 3 seconds or a kill, there's gonna be a wraith on the ground. Viego can channel for 1 second to possess them for 10 seconds. Okay? All of this is going to make sense when I show you the video. So during possession, so while you're possessing one of those wraiths, you're going to become untargetable. This is different from unstoppable. When you're untargetable, you're not going to take any damage or anything. It's like Fizz's third ability. It's like when Camille ults, you are untargetable. Gains a free cast of Heartbreaker, which is his ultimate. So when you possess an enemy, you get a free stack of your ultimate. It replaces the ultimate of whoever you possessed. You also gain 10% bonus movement speed when moving towards enemy champions. You gain access to the possessed champion's basic abilities, attacks, and items. So if that person has a Rabadon's Death Cap and the green book, you're gonna get anti-heal, you're gonna get a lot of AP, and you're gonna be able to use his abilities while doing all of that damage. So if, for example, if an enemy died that is incredibly fed, like a Katarina, for example, you can utilize all of that damage and just go into them all. But be careful when you ult, you're gonna lose, how do you say that? You're gonna lose that champion's abilities. So be careful with ulting. You only really want to use the ult, the Heartbreaker, the free stack of the Heartbreaker, when you can get a kill out of it. Or when you want to become unstoppable. And when you possess an enemy, you're gonna heal up, and the healing skills with how much attack damage you have, how much attack speed. And the heal is also based on the target's max health. So if you possess a tank, you're gonna heal up a lot more. If you possess a squishy champion, you're gonna be careful because you're squishy. And you also gotta be careful because if you possess a tank, the tank is gonna have a lot of armor, a lot of magic resist. You're gonna be able to stay alive a lot longer. If you possess a squishy champion, you can literally become squishier than Viego himself. So be very mindful of that, because you can of course die during the possession. And then as well, something important, Viego cannot use the possessed champion's enchantment item actives. So you cannot use the locket enchant or whatever enchant that person has. So just to sort of walk you through what it actually looks like. Let me see, you guys can see this, yes. So let me actually just make sure, yeah, everything is good. So here you guys can see a little clip of me engaging. So first things first, this is how the ult works. Boom. I ulted this Nami. As you can see, I got a kill. And now you can see I'm picking up the soul. And see, while you're picking up the soul, you are untargetable. So if the Varus tries to arrow me right now, it's not gonna hit. And now I go in, I got Nami's items. Look, I literally turn into Nami. However, I found an opportunity to get another kill with my ultimate, because when you pick up a soul, you're gonna reset your ultimate. So I ult this person, I become myself again, I pick up another soul, and I fight him while I'm Twisted Fate. I stun him, and then I ult him again. Look, boom. You see how you're supposed to play Viego. And just to sort of show you guys another example, like here you can see, this is also how you kind of want to, we're also getting to the part where I give you tips and tricks. This is how you want to enter a fight, right? Like you want to use your Black Mist, or whatever the hell that ability is called. It's called Harrowed Path. And you want to engage with it like that, so they can't see you coming. And as you can see, I'm picking out the Lulu here by stunning her with my second ability. And this is another important tip that I have for you guys. You generally want to use your second ability while you're in your third ability, while you're camouflaged, because then you can fully charge it up and hit that maximum stun. Because then while she's stunned, you do basic attack, first ability, and then ult, kill that Lulu. And I didn't want to pick up the Lulu here because it would just make me squishier. And here I'm fighting. And I could have, so just for your information, I have like 250 MS right here. But this example right here, this is a perfect example of how you can actually absolutely abuse the passive of Viego. So right here, I got Fizz ulted. If I actually walked next to this Wraith, I could have picked it up while the Fizz ult was about to go off on me and completely negate the damage. You see? But because I was lagging so much, it was a bit difficult to do something like that. But here you can see, I was a bit low HP. I pick up the Misfortune. And here is the healing that I'm talking about as well. You heal based on the champion you pick up and based on their maximum HP. And here you can see as well, Like, look at how much damage you do, by the way. It's honestly ridiculous how strong this champion is. And here you can see you do the double attacks as well. So after you use an ability, you're gonna get the double attacks even on that champion. Even when you're on another champion. Just to show you more examples, you can see every time I'm doing the same thing. Like, I'm using my third ability while I'm engaging. And while doing the third ability, you can see I'm stunning someone. And then I'm going into them. And here you can see the ult, very, very good to push another enemy away as well. I'm trying to show you guys everything, really. And here you can see as well, becoming untargetable. So I can kill the Riven a lot more easily. And boom, killing her with my ult when she's low. So I hope those clips showed you a bit more. Now I'm of course going to show you even more stuff. So to show you guys how I actually got those 6 Conqueror stacks, like, I want you guys to keep your eyes here, because here's where the Conqueror stacks are going to show up. So I'm going to show you again. I messed up. You don't have to do it like that. You don't even need to basic attack. Let me actually show you. There we go. Look at that. 6 Conqueror stacks in 0.5 seconds. To show you again. Oh, I didn't lose the stacks. But basically, what is the combo? You're using the passive of the first ability, which is using a basic attack after an ability. So like, one ability and a basic attack already gives you 3 Conqueror stacks. So boom, boom, that is 3 stacks. So then another one gives you 3 more. Very, very easy to fully stack up the Conqueror. And this is always going to be the rune that you're going to be using on Viego. So some flash combos you need to note. You can flash combo... Oh, oops. You can... Wait, what am I doing? Wait, what? Am I? Oh, there we go. I think I have so much attack speed that I'm cancelling it. Like, you see? But if you charge it up... Wait, I'm confused. Does the attack speed actually make a difference? Wait, does the attack speed make a difference with this combo? This would be something very new to me. Oh my god, it does. It actually does. Look. You can flash combo this. Oh my god, it does. I didn't even notice. Look at this. So it's super easy to combo this with your flash if you have low amounts of attack speed. Look, like, I'm never failing it. But if you have a ton of attack speed, so like I'm getting attack speed and whatever attack speed, it's... You have to be faster. You have to be faster. Like, you have to be faster when you get a lot of attack speed. You can still do it, but you just have to be... You have to be faster. Oh my god. I didn't notice this. This is actually pretty... This is pretty good. So like with this, you can do it pretty slow and you're still gonna hit it, as you can see. Like, I'm very slow right here. Okay, you know, wow. Okay, that was actually new to me. I apologize. I thought I learned a lot of things about this champion before making this guide, but that was actually new to me. So like, having less attack speed makes this combo a bit easier. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. You can flash combo your second ability too. Oh god. This one has a very weird flash combo. You want to know why? Because you can charge it up this way, but if you flash another way, it's always going to shoot it towards the flash. Like, look, look. You can shoot it here, but if I flash here, it's going to go here. So honestly, it doesn't even matter where you're shooting it. As long as you flash towards an enemy, you're always going to shoot it where you're flashing. Like that, you see? So you don't even have to like do it like that. You just have to make sure, like, for example, this is not going to work. Your first ability, you can flash it like this, but your second ability, you cannot flash it like this. The only way you can flash your second ability is when you're actually flashing towards the enemy champion. Let me take away this dummy, by the way. So it's a bit of a weird one, but that's how it works. I'm just showing you guys, I'm the messenger, right? Don't shoot the messenger. So that combo that I already told you about that combo. So a basic combo is while you're fighting an enemy, basic attack, first ability, basic attack, right? It's like the easiest combo that you really need to know when you're walking up to an enemy. Don't just basic attack them like this. It's not worth it. Always basic attack, first ability, basic attack. Second ability is a bit of a different story, you know. You can do basic attack, second ability, basic attack. Wait. Basic attack, second ability, basic attack. But it's a bit slower. Like, look. Basic attack, first ability, basic attack. Or basic attack, second ability, basic attack. It's a bit slower and you kind of want to... I would say you don't want to use your second ability in that way, because getting only at 0.25 seconds stun is not really worth it. You kind of want to use your second ability to chase down an enemy. Let's say I'm fighting this guy and he suddenly flashed away, so I'm now far away from him. I can then catch up to him, by stunning him like that, you know what I mean? So like, I would honestly prefer you to use this ability to catch up to an enemy rather than use it as a basic attack cancel. It is a basic attack cancel, don't get me wrong, and you can use it like that. In certain situations, it's gonna be the best thing to do. But if you know the enemy has a flash or anything like that, you can actually catch up to them with it. Something else to note, which is a bit unfortunate, you cannot jump over walls with your second ability. As you can see, you can still damage them, but it doesn't jump over walls. Honestly, it would be too broken if you could jump over walls with this rule. Also, you can hit enemies with your first ability over walls. You can hit enemies with your second ability. Heck, you can even hit enemies with your basic attacks over walls. Of course, you can jump over walls too with your first ability, with your ult. You can flash before ulting if you want to dodge something. Like for example, again, a Malphite is about to ult you. You can flash, dodge it, and then go in. You can do all kinds of stuff. So the general way you want to engage fights, as I said, you want to go in like this. Second ability, basic attack. First ability, basic attack. So let me tell you about the absolute all-in combo that you really need to know as a Viego. So you use your third ability, you engage with second ability. Second ability, basic attack. First ability, basic attack, ult. And then basic attack if you don't get the kill with an ult. So let me show you now in a quick succession. Second ability, basic attack. First ability, basic attack, ult, basic attack. This is like the all-in combo that you really need to know about. And honestly, I don't want to tell you guys too much. I already have been talking about this a lot. Another thing is, while your first ability pierces through everyone, it does maximum damage to everyone. So as you can see, boom, it just does max damage to everything. So it's a very strong ability in a teamfight situation where you can just slice through all of them just like that. And yeah, so his ability is skill with crit as well. You can see his first ability does skill with crit. His ultimate damage skills with crit, nothing else does, but these two things skill with crit. So you can build crit Viego, especially the collector. This is going to be such a good item on Viego. Talking about items, let me think, have I covered everything? I have covered everything, yes. So talking about the items, I've looked through the basic builds that Riot gave, and they're honestly not bad, but I've adjusted them a little bit. Obviously, you know, Viego just came out, so the build is subject to change, but this is what I'm going to recommend you guys to build. Let's get out of the game real quick. So I have two builds, this one and this one. I have a build against squishies and a build against tanks. So let's talk about the squishy build first. You go attack speed boots, collector, because collector is amazing. Then you go for Trinity Force, and then you still go Blade of the Noon King. Even though they're squishy, you still go Blade of the Noon King, because it's just, it fits his kit so unbelievably well because of those double attacks, right? So you're still gonna build this item. Death Stance completely broken on Viego. After you ult an enemy, it's just Death Stance is going to heal you up to full HP. And then of course lastly, you're going to go for the Guardian Angel. Stasis, also very good to get at some point in the game. For the runes, you're going to go Conqueror, Brutal, Cup of Grass. See, Cup of Grass is extremely good on Viego because it's actually not a very strong rune. But on Viego, 7% bonus adaptive damage to enemies below 40% health. Your ult is always going to be on an enemy below 40% health. So this is mainly for your ult to do that bonus damage, to just make sure you secure a kill with your ult and just to get maximum damage from that big ass ult. After that you go Legend Alacrity, of course attack speed, and then here we go for Sudden Impact. Second ability proc Sudden Impact, third ability proc Sudden Impact, your ult proc Sudden Impact, everything proc Sudden Impact. So if the enemies are squishy, you're gonna sudden their impact. So this is the anti-tank build. You want to go for Plated Steel Caps or Mercury Threads, depending on what the most damage is that the enemies do, because you want to stay alive a bit longer. Then we go for the Divine Sunder, not the Triforce. You're going to have significantly less attack speed, so that's why we're building Blade of the Noon King. And the Terminus. Terminus shredding their armor and their magic resist, but mostly it's about the attack speed really. And then of course we still stick to the Death Dance and the Guardian Angel. And for this build as well, Stasis is going to be mandatory at some point in the late game. For this build, however, we're going to go for Conqueror, Triumph, not Brutal, because, you know, they are tankier, so you actually want to heal up, and Triumph is just better in this case, because you're going to fight for a lot longer. Brutal is not going to be that good against them, even though it will do a lot of damage. Triumph is just, in my opinion, going to be better into tanks. And here you can choose between Giant Slayer and Cup of Grass. Cup of Grass is still going to be very valuable, but honestly, I would pick Giant Slayer, because Giant Slayer can do up to 14% bonus damage, while Cup of Grass only does 7% bonus damage. So, you know what I mean? It's gonna be better to go for Giant Slayer, because you're always going to do double the damage that Cup of Press only does when the enemy's low HP. And if you're against a lot of tanks, of course, you know, you're always going to do that damage. Not sure why I have Bloodline right here, but you want to go for Alacrity. I mean, Bloodline is not bad, but like you really need the attack speed of the Alacrity. And here we go for Perseverance, just to persevere yourself through that fight and get yourself through there and carry the game. And then for the spells, you're just always going to go for Smite and Flash. I hope I covered everything. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of Viego. Give the video a like, put down a comment, and I will see you all in the next HellsDevil video. Bye bye.